ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तन्न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। देवाय तस्मै नमः। 11 onwards. अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्यज्ञः
अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्यज्ञः
विधिदृष्टो य युज्यते
विधिदृष्टो य युज्यते
यष्टव्यमेवेति मनः
यष्टव्यमेवेति मनः
समाधाय स सात्विकः
समाधाय स सात्विकः
अभिसन्धाय तु फलम्
अभिसन्धाय तु बलम्
दम्भार्थमपि चैव यत्
दम्भार्थमपि चैव यत्
युज्यते भरतश्रेष्ठ
युज्यते भरतश्रेष्ठ
तञ्यज्ञं विद्धि राजसम्
तं यज्ञं विद्धि राजसम्
विधिहीनमसृष्टान्नम्
विधिहीनमसृष्टान्नम्
मन्त्रहीनमदक्षिणम्
मन्त्रहीनमदक्षिणम्
श्रद्धाविरहितं यज्ञम्
श्रद्धाविरहितं यज्ञम्
तामसं परिचक्षते
तामसं परिचक्षते
देवद्विजगुरु प्राज्ञपूजनं शौचमार्जवम्
देवद्युजगुरुप्राज्ञपूजनं शौचमार्जवम्
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च
शारीरं तप उच्यते
शारीरं तप उच्यते
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम्
अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यम्
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत्
सत्यं प्रियहितं च यद्
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसनं चैव
स्वाध्यायाभ्यसनं चैव
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते
वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते
So we saw number 14 in the last class. where Shariram Tapaha was talked about. Kayikam Tapaha, a tapas which is centered on the body, primarily on the body. The body cannot function without the mind. So Shariram Tapa involves manas also, but primarily centered on the body, something related to the body. Shaucham, external shaucham, So the mind has to say, I must keep my body clean. Only then the physical cleanliness is possible. So, but centered on the body. That's how it is. Ahimsa, etc. Physical violence, right? Now, in 15, Krishna is going to talk about Vangmayam Tapaha. Vangmayam Tapaha. Anudvegakaram Vakyam. So we started discussing this in the last class. We saw a direct connection between Vak and Buddhi. Thoughts have to be expressed. Thoughts are there, all thoughts need not be expressed. But without expressing thoughts, there is no communication at all. Communication is what distinguishes humanity from all other beings. We discuss these things. And so, here, Krishna highlights Vak, that Vagindriyam he is highlighting. We saw the importance our culture places on that Vagindriyam. And so Saraswati, Brahma is the Adhisthana Devata of Buddhi. Saraswati, Vannihi, Adhisthana Devata of the Vagindriyam. Vannihi Tattvabodhakara says, and then elsewhere in Lagunyasam, etc., you get Saraswati. Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu. Correct? Lagunyasam. Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu. Yeah, exactly. So there is in that Lagunyasam, before chanting Rudram, we are supposed to invite all the Adhisthana Devatas. Invite means what? They are already there. But we have recognized the Bahvor Indras Tishtatu. So in my arms, let Indra stay. Indra come. Okay, let me recognize Indra in my arms, like that. So, Vaktre Saraswati Tishtatu Nasikayor Nayanayor Chandradityo Tishthetam, and then Karnayor Ashwino Tishthetam. I think I'm now forgetting now all the words. So, Shirashi Mahadevas Tishtatu, like that. There is a whole nyasa, purification of the body. Look at that, purification. Bahya Shaucham is done. What about Antara Shaucham? You have to be free of jealousy, you have to be free of hatred, you have to be free of sorrow, you have to be... How? It's not possible. I can't be free of everything in 1 second, in 1 minute, after 5 minutes. It's not possible. There, therefore, you have this Nyasa mantra. You just invoke all the devatas. In the process, the body is back to normal and back to the state I want to be before doing this puja. So anyway, there Saraswati versus Tattvabodhakara says Vanni. Vachaha Devata Vannihi. I think that's what he says, right? And so Vannihi, there is Agni. Agni illumines. And so both are connected, Saraswati and Agni. All right. So that Vak is such an important thing. And it's highly nuanced. Indian? Human communication is knows no bounds at all. So many sciences, so many fields are there, and communication itself is a field. And journalism and communication supposed to go together, but we don't know how good they communicate. But so many fields are there. Grammar means can go on and on, and languages, so many different types of languages. Each language is so unique, and so without vak, the buddhi is almost useless. It looks like it's buddhi will be limited because I can't learn from others. I can't keep inventing everything because without vak, I have to invent everything. I have to discover everything. That's too much to ask. And so then we'll become like animals. Animals are also creative, but to some extent, that's about. It's like that. It's like the the children. If a child is born deaf, disabled, hearing disabled, then the child will automatically become mute also. It's very strange, very interesting psychology there. Child doesn't know anything about sound, so it can't articulate. Only if you hear the words, you can articulate. Ma, 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 ma. If it doesn't hear the word ma, it doesn't know how to pronounce. That's it, gone. And so uh, that communication and hearing, and it's all connected. Therefore, we understand the power of words. We understand the Shakti, Vak Shakti, we understand. And the Puja Swamiji says a joke. You will understand Vak Shakti if you go to Saudi Arabia. Because if you go to, I mean, today Saudi Arabia, I don't know how it is, but we don't hear anything majorly different from those days. And there it seems the Indians who work there, when they have to get dental work done, they have to come to Delhi all the way because they have to open their mouth. So, so you can't open the mouth in some way. That's the implication. So then only we realized, oh my God, what freedom we have here. And so the Vak Shakti is so powerful that it can give moksha also. Shabda Pramanam. Shabda Pramanam. Shravanam only can give me moksha. Correct? That's how powerful it is. That's what we say. Shastra. Who is going to unfold the Shastra? Shravanam. Shravana Deva. And it is also words that are most dangerous. It can break relationship also. And so, just like any instrument is like that. A knife is also like knife is very useful. Without knife, you can't cut a tomato. How much ever you try, you can say, "I'll use my nails and this and that." These boys are very creative, and you ask them to do something, they'll try to. I'll help you, and all they'll say, and they'll try to find a way to do it without following the parents' advice. And so, and but you ask them to cut the tomato, then they have to give up. So exactly like that, the walk also is powerful, and so our culture places a lot of value on it. That is why you have a Moni Baba who is worshipped in our culture. In the West, you won't find a Moni Baba. In the Western culture, a Mauni is a confused person. Nobody has any value for such a person. But यहाँ पर तो a person doesn't talk, simply sits enough. People will do namaskar to that person because that maunam is so difficult. And earlier Krishna had said, Vivikta Desha Sevitvam. So instead of saying, be quiet, he said, you look for a place for yourself. Just lock yourself in the room for some time and just be with yourself. And so there's a connection there. And so in this shloka, Krishna is going to give us some ways to manage that or improve the quality and quantity of our words. Okay. Simple things we can come up with. You talk less. It's enough. Great. That itself is a great tapas. You talk less. When you feel like saying something which is just gossip, uh, eliminate that. Reduce the quantity and then increase the quality. Whatever you say, you make sure the other person wants to listen. Only if somebody wants to listen, you talk. If you feel like giving advice, then you ask yourself, wait a minute. Did he ask me for advice? Okay, he didn't ask me for any advice. Who am I to give advice? Huh? Stop. The quality, quantity, that's enough. Slowly, you'll find that you'll have less and less opportunity for talking. Talking, really. I've been watching. All years I've been watching this, and there is not much opportunity to talk, really speaking. I mean, except for some basic things. And so here, look at this. Krishna is going to give some help. Here, look at that. First, anudvegakaram vakyam. Anudvegakaram. Udvegakaram. Udvegakaram. Words which create agitation, which create tumult in the mind, and let it say things that don't create agitation. Later on, he's going to say priyam also. Say it in a way that it's pleasing. He's going to say that shortly. And so, the speech which doesn't create any sense of violence, non-violent communication. Okay, I think there is NBC. I've heard somewhere long ago. There is a particular. Some people have developed it. I think it's called NBC. If I remember long ago, when I spoke to somebody, they said they were using NBC. The book's called NBC, something like that. I need to explore that a little more. I think that's what this is. Anudvega karam vakyam. Okay. So, because the words are powerful, physical hurt can heal and we'll forget it. But verbal hurt caused by words, are not easily forgotten. Okay. So, one Tamil kural is there. Okay. Teenar sutrapun ullaru. Fire. A wound that is caused by fire. Okay, goes deep and then creates some wounds and all that. Then ullarum means inside the body also it can heal. It will heal. Even though outside there are scars and all. Let the scar be there. Doesn't bother. Okay. Bother the life of the person. So ullarum. So it has gone inside and it has healed also. But then arade navina sutta vadu. So the hurt caused by words, when it goes inside, God's grace is required for that to heal. Is it not? Is it not? So last satsang also we were talking about being haunted by the past. Most of the past experiences are like this, mental hurt. So, and therefore, this is anudvega karam vakyam. And but sometimes you have to utter words which are apparently hurtful, which may be perceived as hurtful. Last resort. Tarasa Samadana Bheda Danda Chatura. So we take the advice of Sri Rama, Tyagaraja's words. That last resort. Hurting will be the last resort. All right. Anudvega Karam. Freedom from agitation. Words which do not create agitation. Satyam. Satyam. Yeah, speaking truth is commonly we translate it. But truth means what? Whatever is there in my mind, I know what is true. I know what is truth. But when it comes out of the mouth, it takes a different shape. Making sure that what comes out of my mouth does not take a different shape than what is in my mind is called satyam. Otherwise, what will happen? I know what is truth, but I uttered something very different. And so it creates a conflict in the mind. Conflict means what? There are two people in the mind now. One is the knower, the truth knower, knower of truth. Another is the speaker of truth. There are two persons constantly there in the mind. This is what we call conflict. Conflict means that we discussed it in the 13th chapter, conflict. And so that is why here he's saying Satyam. Satyam Arjamam also is going to say. And so both are related here. Shankaracharya here defines it like this. And so a conflicted personality is a weak personality, very weak. And whereas a person without conflicts, so when everything is aligned, then it's not. That's a strong personality. Like that old story that we heard long ago. The father was old and was in a deathbed, and he called his three sons who were arguing with each other, and he gave the sticks, it seems. He said, "Come on, these are five, four sticks or three sticks. Go, break it." And everybody did like this and broke it. And then the father tied all these sticks together like this, and then five sticks together, and then he gave it to the children, and then asked them to break it, and then they could not break it at all. So, story was what? You be integrated. You have an integrated. Be together in everything. Everything won't be liked by everybody, but come to one decision and go with it. Then only you are a strong family. Like that, he had given that message. So here also, that conflict freedom from conflict must be a value for us. Satyam. And it's obviously we know why it's a value. Because what is Shastram talking about? Shastram is talking about moksha, which is Satya Vastu. And so, minimum, I must be Satya Vastu. In order to approach Satya Vastu, I must have Satya Vak. Okay? And so, Satyam Vak must be a qualification. And, and in any case, if there is a dual personality, where is room for? There is room for Shastra. There is no room. Because I have to constantly manage two people, you know. Two Ahankaras have to be managed. That is why Valmiki portrayed Ravana with 10 heads. 10 heads. This 10 I am a bit odd because 10 means how would he balance? You know, I had a problem. Is it 4 on one side, 5 on the other side? Is he always like this or what? I don't know. So if 11 would have been good, I thought. But let's see, anyway, Valmiki. Valmiki is a rishi. So we'll accept that 10. Especially drama, people act and all. I wonder how they did it because it has to be 10. They can't equal number of heads on both sides. They can't because that would be doing disservice to Valmiki. So, therefore, these are the reasons why Satyam is valuable, and so that conflict is Dvaitam, Vyavaharika Dvaitam. I'm looking for Shastra, Paramarthika Advaita. I have to go towards. And Vyavaharika Dvaita has to be minimized, minimized, minimized. So this is an artificially created Vyavaharika Dvaita. I need to have Vyavaharika Advaitam through Satyam. And so this mantra, very beautiful mantra, it's a Shanti mantra of Ishavasya Upanishad. Just like we have Sahana Bhavatu, like that Ishavasya Upanishad has a Shanti mantra, which is also the Yajurveda only, like Kathopanishad. Kathopanishad Shanti mantra uh, is also Sahana. Sahana. But here, Ishavasya Upanishad, the Shanti mantra is Vang me manasi pratishtita. It starts like that. Vang me manasi pratishtita, mano me vachi pratishtitam. Look at this. Vang means vak. Vak me manasi pratishtita. May my vocal, my speech, may my speech be rooted in the mind. Vang me manasi pratishtita. Mano me vachi pratishtitam. And may my mind be aligned with words. Direct, explicitly stated in that mantra. And so that's the value for us. And of course, we know Satyameva Jayate. Famous. It's there in the Indian, that emblem, Ashoka emblem, the bottom, it has that statement, which shows that the people who framed our constitution and all those people who lived, 100 years ago, they knew Upanishads because this statement comes from the Mundaka Upanishad. They have studied Upanishads. That's how it is. And so Satyameva Jayati Nanritam Satyena Panta Vitato Deva Yanaha. That mantra says Satyameva Jayate. Shankaracharya translates Satyam as this Satya Vak, truthfulness. That's how he translates that. He doesn't say Satyam is Atma Satyam and all that. He doesn't talk. Satyameva Jayate, because victory. And then Na Anritam, not falsehood. Falsehood will not take you anywhere. And then Satyena Pantha Vitato Devayana. The paths towards all good destinations are are flanked by the devatas of Satyam. Like that, one very an imagery is there. Okay, so if you want to go to Swarga, Satyam is important. Okay, Satya will be the shining, brilliant Satya will take you all the way to heaven. Like that, there is a particular mantra, and so Satyam. And Swami even talks about what is called body language and gesture. When you talk, words of course are important, but body language is very important. Gestures are there, you know, and Puja Swamiji, you're listening to me in my class. That's very nice. I'm so happy you're attending my class regularly, regularly, right? But why are you keeping your eyes closed? You're welcome to open your eyes. Nothing wrong. I mean, I'm looking at you, and I want you to look at me. The communication, eye contact is a big part of communication. That's why I keep telling people, don't keep your video off. Keep it on because I am looking at you. Only if I look at you, words will come out. And I'm watching. If somebody's smiling, I can see it. I want that feedback. Otherwise, this guy goes on, and everybody is nodding their head because Guruji, 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 and nothing really happens. And so, this is communication, 100% communication. And so, that body language, gestures, eye contact, and it seems these journalists, they analyze the body language of when the leaders are all talking, and like Modi and Biden sitting and having a conversation, means very, the whole eyes of the world are on them. And just words are not enough. It seems they look at body language and all. So, um, so that's see. This now I understand why during COVID time, these people, this university, they invited me to talk to the children. COVID time, and it's obviously going to be on Zoom. Okay, and she invites me, and then she quietly says, "Sir, we teachers need some boost. We teachers need it because you know why they need a boost? Because they are forced to teach using Zoom. Everything is new. A teacher's life itself, a professor's life is standing in front of students and talking and authority, this, that. Oh, so karna hai kuch na kuch. Whatever reason, whatever they get out of it. And now they are looking at, staring at blank black boxes. How much can the teacher say, no, no, you turn on your video and all? Eh, These guys are sitting in Kerala, Jammu and Kashmir, all over the India, they are sitting. And so these people don't know what to do. Finally, the teacher and professor is helpless. The person with so much authority is made helpless. Then I understood why. Because if you can't see, all the communication is happening, and this Zoom and all, it's a big, it is a, sir, we're all depressed. We need a boost. That's what she said. Very sad it was those times. Anyway, so this is the one Satyam is so important for us. Now he's going to give you another. Krishna is going to tell us Priyam Vakyam. Priyahitam. You split the two. Priyam cha hitam cha priyahitam. Priyam Vakyam. Everything is an adjective to Vakyam. Right? Priyam. That also we understand. We understand. In fact, I understand better. You know why? Because when you people send me a message, I'm not going to come to class, and because 1 week, 2 weeks, I'm going out, and so they put it. They know how to write. All of you know how to write messages to me. So from that, I learned Priyam is such an important thing, and so I don't have to talk about this at all. Priyam, and so unpleasant truths. I think I think generally students in a class think that the teacher will get upset when they don't attend. Like that. It's good. Let it be like that. So taking the sting out of unpleasant truths. Yeah, that is called priyam. Because unpleasant truth always has a sting. And so try to say it in a way that's pleasing. Okay? And 2008, I remember this. I was attending a camp in this ashram, Anakatti ashram. 2 month camp. 2 month camp. I quit. I had come actually here for a. I took a, what do you call that? They give a vacation without salary for 3 months. There is a law, and if
Leave
there's
without leave
Sabbatical.
without pay. Leave without pay.
yeah, it's
No,
there's a,
sabbatical.
no, it's called something else. There is a particular law.
FMLA.
FMLA. It's called FMLA. Correct. Family Medical Leave Act. Okay, leave without pay. And so my mother was not well, so I had to come and do something. And this going home for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and all, it was getting too much. And so I decided to just quit. And I came here. Then Amma got better. Then there was a camp. Swamiji was starting 2 month camp in this Anekatti ashram. So quietly I went off to Anekatti, and then I sat there for 2 months. And there, a group of us wanted to start a Samskrita Sambhashanam class for everybody else in the camp who wants to attend, optional. So I proposed this to Swamiji. Swamiji looked at me, did not respond at all. He did not respond. He just kept quiet. He didn't shake his head, nothing. So I just kept quiet. What can you do? And so then I was waiting. Within a day or two in the class, some context came. And he said, some context came. And he said, we love Bhyam. We do not want Bhyam-free Sanskrit. This is a statement he made. Okay, I was, it was directed at me, obviously. And so, because in Samskrita Bharati, we don't introduce Bhyam. We say Hastena, Hastaihi. That's it. Singular and plural. Astabhyam we won't introduce to students, because Bhyam is the dual is not there in English at all. And in other languages it is not there. So why complicate? So I told Swamiji, I said, Swamiji, it's not Bhyam free Sanskrit. Initially we make it palatable. Sanskrit is made accessible by removing all these complicated things like that. And he smiled at me. So at least that part was settled. So sometimes unpleasant truths have to be told, and so find a good way to say it. Swami Paramathanandaji gives an example. It seems long ago he was talking at Bengaluru, and towards it was a school auditorium, and the school was run by a philanthropist, and program was concluding, and on the concluding day, that it's a fairly senior person, walks to Swamiji. Swamiji, you have done a great service. Swamiji, don't come here once a year. Come here more than once a year. So like that he was talking. Swamiji was wondering, what happened? Did I do something wrong or what? And so don't come here. Like that, if you say, how is it, right? So pleasant truths can be stated in unpleasant manner, like in this example. Unpleasant truths can also be stated in pleasant way. Both are possible. And so conveying unpleasant truths in a pleasant way is something we all need to practice. Priyam, hitam. Your friend comes home, and then you look at them, you talk to them, and say, by the way, I don't like the color of your sari. What? No, my Guruji, Krishna said you have to say truth. So you have to speak the truth. So I didn't hide my truth. I just told you whatever is there in my mind. Satyam, alignment, whatever is there in my mind, I must speak, right? Krishna is saying, no, that is, you don't take it that literally. Hitam also it must be useful. It must be useful. It must strengthen relationships. It's not supposed to break relationships. And so, hitam. This statement is a useless statement. If you don't like this person's color and all that, then keep it to yourself and go talk about other more significant things. Don't talk about all these trivial things, which are absolutely useless. Ahitam. So here he says hitam. So that what is said must be useful, both really speaking. Ideally, to the speaker it must be useful, to the listener also it must be useful. Ideal, ideal. Otherwise, what happens? Speaker is pushing his or her way constantly and not worrying about no sensitivity at all. One way. So Uttama, Madhyama, Adhama. Adhama is absolute useless. So just pure gossip and pure talking about things that are of no value to anybody. Just time is getting wasted. And so these are all possibilities. And so here, Priyam Vada, Hitam Vada, useful, must be useful. And so, Satyam, Anudvegakaram, Satyam, Priyam, and Hitam. Four are there. So, can I use just one optional, like multiple choice and all? Just pick one, one out of four. Is that good? It is like Swami gives us beautiful example. He says, it seems the parents were talking to the potential son-in-law, the interviewing the candidate. And so, very nice. You're working, you have a nice job and all that. So, do you smoke, sir? Do you smoke? Now, how do you ask all these questions? I don't know how people manage it. I didn't have to do it, so it's fine. But I'm sure you have all these things in your mind. You smoke? No. Do you drink? No, I don't drink. Do you do drugs also? Drugs also you won't be doing, right? No, I don't do drugs. I'm so happy that you're like this. These days, people are doing all kinds of things. That's why I was asking. Okay, do you have any bad habit?
Here people will ask, do you know how to cook?
You know how to cook. Okay, add that also. Do you know how to cook? Yeah, I know how to. So then, okay, do you have any bad habits at all? You should feel so good. We all have bad habits. Then he said, yeah, I have only one bad habit. I lie. So now what do you do with this man? So like that. So all values I have, but I don't have Satya. Won't work. And so, is it really possible of these things? Krishna is putting us in a tight spot. Satyam vada, anudvega karam vakyam, priyam, hitam. He's just adding more and more rules and putting us in a tight spot. Is it really possible? Practical Guruji, is it possible? Hey, everything we learned was impractical at one time. If from walking onwards, tell me how many months it takes. Parents are eager to see the child walk. And crawling is problem. Then child is falling. And then slowly the child is getting up, holding on to the chair and getting up. And then the minute it gets up, it looks like this. That look is so important, the child. And then because it looks like the child knows that the major accomplishment has been achieved. I think the child knows it. And that's why it looks, otherwise, why it should look? And then the parent, mother says, like, this eye contact. Very good. Standing takes so much time. And standing also is like a drunkard, it's just doing like this, like this. And then it takes some time. And then standing up without holding on to anything takes more time. And then walking, falling down, crying, so much is going on. Parents are so anxious. When will my daughter walk? Okay. Everything we have taken for granted, which all comes after so much time. Language, writing, how much time? How many people have helped us learn the language? Teacher on one side, teachers on one side, parents breaking their head against the wall, and do this, do that. A, B, C. This is not the way to write A. So it takes while. These things don't come at all. Nothing is easy. So practice, practice. Driving also practice. Driving. Only teachers Only the teachers means people who taught other people driving know what a torture it is to teach somebody to drive. Okay, that's why they say, yeah, the husband should not teach the wife to drive or vice versa. Should not happen, because that thing is a dangerous thing. Dangerous. It can lead to all kinds of problems. Okay, so never do that. So I became a guinea pig once. They made me teach so many people. I have in my resume, I don't put it, but I think I should put it. Taught 25 people how to drive, something like that. So, because so that time, because you turn left. So you turn left. Hey, put brake, slow down. Because when you're turning left, the mind is not on the brake. Mind is on the brake, then the turning is gone. Look. Light, street light. Oh, street light. Then brake is gone. Forgot. So it's all fragmented. Everything is fragmented and it's so choppy. And so the guy who's sitting next to them must have a lot of courage. So everything we learn like this only it is difficult. And cooking. See, one good thing about going abroad, leaving the country for these bachelors is they will be forced to learn to cook. Little bit at least they have to learn to cook. And that is the scariest part of this guy. He goes and he is supposed to cook. How do I make rice? That is his first question. How do I make rice? Good, at least we ask the questions. And so I used to be impressed by people my friends uh, who used to cook well. And one of my friends, my roommates used to so well. He was cooking from a young age and all that. So Venkat, and he used to the oil will be heated up slightly, then saute with this mustard seeds. He'll just throw the mustard seeds on the and then mustard seeds will be kada kada, will be popping. Hey, come on, wait. என்ன நான் அவசரம் பண்றேன் தான் வந்துட்டு இருக்கேன் நான் தான். Why are you in a hurry? I'm coming, wait. Because the mustard seeds are popping, kada kada. Wait, relax. And then puts the other stuff. And then he just talks to the food like that. So nice to see it. And whereas people like us who are learning and all, everything must be in order. Urad dal is there, and then turmeric, everything is there. And then the lids also opened up because we don't know what's going to happen. Oil is heated up and mustard is screaming. And so this guy, learning guy, has all the things. Spoons are all there properly. And then put like this, and then it's there. And then heat. Suddenly, the oil is just burning. And then immediately you have to take the saucepan out because it's burning. Because of initially high heat. Because no patience, high heat. And so that's how we all started. So communication also we have to learn. Nothing wrong. It is never too late to learn to communicate. And so this is a must for our Adhyatma. Adhyatma, definitely it's a must. For a good, normal relationship, healthy life also, it's a must. Swami quotes a beautiful Subhashita. Okay, let me say this. Asadbihi shapatena uktam jalena likitam aksharam. People who don't are not sensitive at all to these things. Okay, asadbihi shapatena uktam. Even though they say it strongly, shapatena, as though it's a very important words. Those words are like writing words on water. Jalena likitam aksharam. Just like how fleeting it is, how trivial it is, like that their words are, even though it is spoken with a lot of gusto. Then what? Sadbihitu leelaya proktam. People who are wise people, even leelaya proktam, even if it is told in a very casual manner, those words are what? Shila likitam aksharam. Shila likitam means you could etch those words on stone. That's how valuable those words are. Means what? They don't utter words meaninglessly. If not needed, they will not speak. Golden words ityarthaha. So, here's the value of words. So, one beauty in our Sanskrit, we have these kinds of things. Subhashitam will be there, some shloka will be there, some sutta will be there, where you teach children all these things, and then the children will memorize it also, and then later on it will come in handy. Swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva. Okay? Abhyasanam means study. Abhyasanam. Swadhyaya doesn't mean study, it means Veda, Swashakha. So study of one's Shastram is called Swadhyaya Abhyasanam. Krishna includes that in this Vangmayam Tapaha. Vangmayam Tapaha means a tapa that is centered on speaking, on words. Speaking also, I don't want to say words. On the vocal indriya, Vag Indriyam. That's better. Okay, so let's translate the shloka. We took a while to study this. Speech which does not cause agitation. Translation. Speech which does not cause agitation, comma, which is truthful, comma, pleasing and beneficial, and daily repetition of one's Veda. Are collectively called discipline of speech. Discipline of speech or verbal austerity. Paramarthanandaji uses that word. Okay, discipline of speech. So, speech which does not cause agitation, which is truthful, pleasing, and beneficial, and daily repetition or regular repetition of one's own Veda are collectively called discipline of speech.
Guruji, I didn't hear that daily repetition of
One's own Veda.
one's own.
Veda. Daily repetition of Vedas. Parayanam ityarthaha. Or study. Repetition of Veda is easy. Study of the Veda is more difficult, like what we're doing. And so at least one has to chant one's own way. Yeah, it is Shaka Adhyaya, we say Shaka, one's own Shaka. Sometimes that word is. All right, next shloka. Manah prasada saumyatvam.
Manah prasada saumyatvam.
Maunamatma vinigraha.
Maunamatma vinigraha.
Bhava samshuddhirityetat.
Bhava samshuddhirityetat.
Tapo manasamuchyate.
Tapo manasamuchyate.
Yeah. So manasam tapam uchyate. Tapaha uchyate. That is how he's concluding. So now he's talking about manasam tapaha. I even talked about vak tapaha and kayikam. Right? So, so kayikam is easier. Vak is more subtler. Vak is subtler. Why vak is subtler? Vagindriyam. Why vagindriyam?
Interior. Indriyani paran. Interior. Indriyani paranya hurindriyabhya paramana.
All right. I'll give you another clue. I was looking for something else. Body comes in which sharira? Which type of sharira?
Sthula Sharira.
Sthula sharira. What comes in?
Sukshma.
Sukshma Sharira.
Sukshma shariram kim?
Sukshma Sharira.
Kim? Apanchīkrita panchamahābhūtaikrita satkarmajanyam sukha dukkha bhoga sadhanam पंच ज्ञानेन्द्रियाणि पंच कर्मेन्द्रियाणि पंच प्राणादयः बुद्धिश्चैका मनश्चैकम् एवं सप्तदश कलाभिः सह यत् तिष्ठति तत् सूक्ष्म शरीरम्. So we chanted all this during that Shankaracharya Jayanti. So maybe not this far, but at least you made an attempt to chant. So like this, you keep on periodically looking it up so that we become crystal clear about all these things. What is Sukshma Shariram? You must be able to list the 17 Evam Sapta Dasha Kalabhisaha Yatish. That's Sukshma Shariram. Therefore, Vak is Sukshmam, subtler than the body. And the Manaha. Manaha is even subtler, even though Mana also is part of that same Sukshma Shariram. Within the Sukshma, Manaha is subtler than the Vak. Vak is Bahya, Manaha is Antaha, side. All right. So, Manaha Prasadaha. Prasadaha means immediately you should not say what is Prasadaha because you already, Krishna introduced this word to you. Okay. And where did we see Prasadaha? Correct. Prasade sarva dukkhanam hanirasyopajaayate prasanna chetaso hyasu buddhif paryavatishthati. Even one shloka before that also. Raga dvesha viyuktaistu vishayanindriyaischcharan atmavashyir vidheyatma prasadam adhigacchati. So there he introduced prasada. Prasadam adhigacchati. Quietude, tranquility, calmness. Okay, prasadam. Prasadam adhigacchati. So the person who is able to have a say over his or her raga dveshas gains tranquility. Very important. So how important these raga dveshas are, which can carry us away. So that is what was highlighted there. Atma Vashyahi is. He doesn't talk about Atma Vidya there. Just the fact that I am not going to be carried away. I can have raga dveshas, but I won't be carried away. If you say that itself is life, that is the biggest part of this whole exercise. Vedanta is very easy after that. So here, Manaha Prasadaha. And Swamiji is quoting one particular shloka from Vairagya Shatakam, where there is a dialogue. Hey, Manaha, mind, why are you going here and there? Kimartam paribramasi. Paribramasi, why are you wandering here and there? Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. If you have to plan something, go ahead and plan for it. Planning is required. Mind must be used. Planning. Do the planning. Then leave the rest to Ishvara. Karma yoga is that's why it's so important. Okay, leave the rest to Ishvara. Worrying about the future. Nobody taught us this. At least nobody told me this. Worrying about the future is absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. Somebody should have told these. I think we have to make a point to tell these things to our children. And our children means our grandchildren, let's say. So, because certain things have to be said. Instead of simply saying, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. Hey, why I should not worry, you please tell me. I'm worrying. It's not like I want to worry. Worry is happening. Worry did not ask my permission. Hey, do you want to worry now? Next 10 minutes, 15 minutes. No, worry is not asking my permission. Without permission, it comes. So tell me, what should I do? Nobody told me anything. Nobody gave me any tips, nothing. And so all these things, part of that yoga and all they have these days in school, part of that should include all these things. Simply exercise is not enough. And think about it. I'm getting some ideas. Extend it. Have a yoga class, have some other class. You must have another class where some people, motivational speakers come and talk and give them all these insights. And so that Vairagya Shatakam, Bhartrihari says, come on, why are you doing all this? And Atitam Ananusmaran Api, a past, Ananusmaran, don't think of the past. Past is gone. Brooding over the past is absolutely useless. If you have to apologize to somebody, go apologize. At least the guilt will be gone. Guilt will be gone. Those things you should do. Or learn from the past. Don't brood over the past. If you want to learn from the past, that's perfect. That's good. We don't learn from the past, so you're actually taking time to think of the past and learn from it. That's very good. Okay. And then Bhavya Sankalpayan, keeping on worrying about the future. Future is unknown. And so you plan for the future, but don't worry about the future. Like that, Bhartrihari says in this Vairagya Shatakam number 62. All right. Saumyatvam. Can continue in the next class. Maunam Atma Vinigraha. Again, not a new word. Bhava Samshuddhihi iti etat manasaha tapam manasam tapaham. We'll continue. आपदामपहर्तारं दातारं सर्वसम्पदां लोकाभिरामं श्रीरामं भूयो भूयो नमाम्यहम् काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ